Greetings race fans and welcome to another great week of racing here at GoRacing Sim League. As always, I'm Skippy McThrottle and with me in the booth is a man that owes everyone a giant apology. Billy Ray, do you want to tell the audience why we missed the race last week?
Nope.
You owe it to them.
Nope.
Tell us, we want to know.
Fine, Trixie, I'll tell you, you sexy beast. Well, remember how I found religion? Well, after 2 days of walking the straight and narrow, I got bored. To make a long story short, I went on kind of a bender. After 6 days of alcohol, MDMA, ayahuasca, and cocaine, I woke up in Tijuana at a donkey show. I could not find my passport and could not get back into the States in time for the race.
What's a donkey show?
Google it.
Don't do it, Trixie. Anyways, Billy, can you tell us a little about the race today?
Is bestiality illegal? You betcha. Today we race at the street course in Detroit known as Belle Isle. The Detroit Belle Isle racetrack is a temporary street circuit located on Belle Isle, a scenic island park in the Detroit River. The track is known for its tight technical layout and limited passing zones, making it a challenging venue for drivers. The circuit uses public roads within the park and offers a picturesque backdrop.
This is also an official IMSA race, so this race counts towards the year-long IMSA Championship and the 2025 Season 2 Championship. This also means the race length is extended from 60 to 80 minutes. We had a tight battle for the pole position this week with Sam Buck setting the fastest lap at 1 minute 28.274 seconds. Lewis Lockshine and Cody Meadows were the only other drivers to turn qualifying laps in the 28s.
Damn, dude, it's Marshall, you idiot. Hey, Marshall, save some of the bonus points for the other drivers. That's 3 out of 4 poles this season. The league has raced here a total of 7 times. Doug Doucette is the only driver to race in all 7 races. Lewis Lockshine has the most wins with 3 wins in 4 starts. This is a good track for Lewis. Another driver to watch is Logan Davis. Logan has finished in the top 5 in all 3 of his starts at this track.
This is also a good track for Ed Adams. Ed has finished in the top 10 in all of his 6 races here. Green flag and the race is on.
Yep, and the first 2 turns can be tricky with the field so close together. It's basically a high speed right then left.
Oh, and it looks like we already have an accident. Multiple cars are stopped on the exit of turn 2 and the marshals have thrown the yellow flag.
Yeah, the drivers will need to drive all the way around the track and catch the pace car. Then they will have to do a full pace lap before they go green again on what will be lap 4.
Let's see what happened. We have Mikey Fredrickson on the right, and it looks like Mike Watts gets a run on his left side. They touch, and Mikey spins.
And this blocks the track for some of the drivers behind the incident, but you're wrong, they never touched. It looks like Watts disrupted the air around Mikey's car, and it lost downforce, causing him to spin.
And then Mikey's car clipped Mike Watts' car, and he spins too. Oh, and check it out. They get together again as Watts tries to get his car turned around. Good thing there is a caution and they can get their cars repaired in the pits.
Check out the great job Shane Papala did in stopping and not hitting Mikey's car as it was sitting completely sideways on the track.
Yep, nice job.
Several of the drivers that had contact during that incident have decided to pit. The thing is, the pits don't open until the next lap. They will each get an EOL penalty, which is not really a big deal as they are all already in the back. Some of these cars have very minimal damage. I hope they turned off the fast repair option as they might need it later.
Trixie, is your pit open? I could use a fast repair myself.
Dude, shut it. Okay, the field has re-racked and we are about to take the green again. The league has a rule of only allowing 1 caution, so they better keep it clean this time. All right, green flag again. Can they make it through 1 and 2 safely this time?
Turns 1 and 2 are very important on this track as they lead to one of the longer straightaways and one of the better passing zones. Looks like everything is clean and green this time. You'll see the cars fan out 2, 3, or even 4 wide down this long straight, but they really need to get back in line before the tight right-hander that is turn 3.
It looks like Lewis Lockshine was able to take the lead from Marshall Buck. Actually, Cody Meadows got by Marshall too and is in 2nd place.
Yep, not the best restart for Marshall. Now the field approaches turn 6. Another tight right-hander that leads to the longest straightaway on the track. This leads to another great passing zone. The question is, how deep are you willing to take it into turn 7? The cars are carrying a metric shit ton of speed when they get to turn 7.
Oh, and it looks like we have an incident entering turn 7. I believe one of the leaders wrecked.
Oh, I believe you are correct. It looks like Marshall Buck made a move to the inside of Cody Meadows, and they made contact. Marshall was able to make it through, but Cody hit the wall.
You can see that Marshall had to swing wide due to the amount of speed he was carrying, and Cody tried the over-under move. Looks like Cody might have drifted up a little into Marshall's line.
I did the over-under move with a stripper in Tijuana named Rosarita Titty Pop. She was a fan. Yeah, you can see that the two cars ultimately needed the same piece of the track, and Cody got the bad end of the deal.
What's the over-under move?
It's where one partner lies over the kitchen counter like a lazy egg, sunny side up, naturally, while the other crawls in from under, popping up between the legs like a risque game of whack-a-mole, and yells, "Order up!"
Trixie, never ever ask him questions.
My bad.
And due to the incident in turn 7, we can see that Lewis Lockshine is starting to pull away from the pack.
Yeah, that is a decent gap that Lewis has over Marshall. We know that Marshall has speed, so I am sure they will be closer at some point today.
And we have finally completed the first full speed lap of the day. Hopefully things get cleaner going forward.
These drivers are so squeaky clean. They are not wrecking when they spin out. They are just polishing the track.
Lap 5, and we have an incident between Kevin Banks and Cody Custwick in turn 8.
Cody got to his inside in 7, and they were too wide going into 8. Kevin hit the curb a little and drifted up into Cody. Looks like Kerry Quintera had a little issue on the same lap in turn 6. He hits the inside and outside walls. I'm not sure if he has damage, but that was a pretty hard hit.
Lap 7, and we have some good racing between Kevin Rupert, Mike Watts, Matt Cushion, and Shane Pipala.
Shane, Mike, and Matt were all involved in the very first incident and are making their way back through the pack. Oh, and Shane runs into the rear of Matt and spins him out.
Yep, Shane owes him an apology for that one.
Looks like Shane tried to wait on him to give him the position back, but Matt was completely backwards in the grass, so Shane said, maybe next time.
Yep, just too fast entering the turn. Three laps later, and Shane Pipala has another issue. He hits the wall in turn 12 and then totally loses it in 13. And now he is stuck in the middle of the track, and this is a very fast blind turn.
And boom shakalaka, Matt Cushion smacked his nose like it said something about his mother. Man, Matt had no idea where Shane was when he entered the corner. I think his spotter was looking at Trixie in the pits through his binoculars and not watching the track.
Speaking of Trixie, I am hearing that Matt is out of his car and is speaking with Trixie now.
Matt, it looks like you are pretty upset. What exactly are you mad about?
What the hell do you think I was mad about? Dumb little runs us clear down to the infield. He wants to about everybody else, and he's the one that drives like a little I'm gonna bust his ass.
Well, okay then. Thanks, Matt.
Shane might want to stay away from Matt for a few races. Sounds like Matt is angrier than a Karen without a vibrator.
Lap 10 and Lewis is leading the Pro Series and has a 3-second gap between himself and Marshall. And Logan Davis is leading the new Expert Series with a 3-second lead over Daniel Scheffer. Finally, John Enriquez is leading what was the amateur class, now the driver class, with about a 10-second gap back to Kevin Banks.
Lap 12, and we see Cody Custwick has an issue in turn 6 and spins out. Luckily, he did not hit anything, but he did lose several positions.
Lap 15, and Lane Allen has a horrible wreck exiting turn 2.
The wall's fine. His pride, not so much.
Ed Adams did a great job avoiding the spinning car of Lane Allen. Apparently Lane has an issue with mirrors. This is the second race where he removed his side mirror by rubbing the wall.
Yep, you can see his left mirror is gone. Rut-row raggy. Lane spins again. I bet it's the lack of downforce caused by the missing mirror.
Lap 19, and Doug Doucette has a long slide that starts in turn 1 and ends in turn 2. He loses his rear wing and ends up facing the wrong way in the middle of the turn. He needs to move quickly as other cars are approaching.
Great googly moogly. He spins out trying to get turned, and Kevin Rupert is unable to avoid him. Hard crash. From the in-car, you can see that Doug is sitting in the middle of the turn, so Kevin tries to go left, but Doug moves forward and bam!
Yeah, Kevin also hit the wall pretty hard. Lap 20, and we have good racing between Kevin Banks, Chris Payne and Kevin Rupert. Leaping lizards. It looks like Kevin Banks ran into the back of Chris and caused Chris to hit the wall.
Yeah, from this view, you can see he sent it in way too fast. I wonder if Chris has rectal bleeding from taking it in the rear so hard.
Lap 20, and we are starting to see our first cars entering the pits. This track is very hard to pass other cars, so some drivers are short, pitting it a little in hopes that they can get ahead of other cars. In this case, it looks like Marshall came in a lap early. The question is, will he be in front of Lewis after the pit cycle?
I have a move called the short pit. It's fast, dirty, and over before she knows what happened.
Oh brother, lap 20 and Lewis is leading the pro class. And Daniel Scheffer has taken the expert class lead. John Enriquez continues to lead the driver class and has driven up to 5th place overall.
Lap 21 and Lewis Lockshine is finally pitting, along with most of the other cars. Was Marshall able to make up enough time during the pit cycle? We are about to find out.
Nope, you can see Lewis is able to exit the pits ahead of Marshall and maintain the Pro Series lead. Lap 29, and Cody Gustwick has an issue and spins between turns 10 and 11. Luckily, he does not hit the wall or another car.
Lap 30 and Lewis is still leading, but check it out, Marshall is right on his ass. And Logan Davis has retaken the expert class lead.
30 laps in, and John Enriquez continues to dominate the amateur class. Lap 39, and Daniel Scheffer drives into turn 12 way too fast and hits the wall pretty hard.
Lap 40, and Ken Schultz was fiddling with his tiddlywinks and overdrives turn 3, hitting the wall hard.
Yeah, look at the damage to the hood. He has some serious problems. Lap 40, and John Enriquez is still leading the driver class. Logan Davis is leading the expert class, and Lewis Lockshine is leading the pro class.
Lap 48, and Mike Watts and Mikey Fredrickson are fighting for 7th position. Oh, and they touch in turn 6. It looks like Mikey gets the position, but then slows down and gives it back.
Don't get me wrong, I am totally for good racecraft and sportsmanship, but I don't think Mikey did anything wrong in this situation and should have kept going.
Last lap, and Lewis Lockshine and Marshall Buck are having a very heated battle for first place.
This is one of the toughest tracks to pass on, so Marshall needs Lewis to make a mistake. As long as his Tourette's does not flare up, he should be able to hold Marshall off on this last lap.
What a great battle by two talented drivers. The fans are getting their money's worth today.
Looks like Marshall's running out of chances to make the pass. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
And Lewis Lockshine wins the race in the pro class.
Logan Davis finishes 4th and gets the first ever expert class win.
And John Enriquez comes home 12th and gets the driver class victory. All right, let's run down the top 10 results here at Detroit. Lewis Lockshine gets his third win of the season with Marshall Buck and Rusty Johnson rounding out the podium. Logan Davis is 4th, Daniel Sheffer 5th, Ed Adams 6th, Mikey Fredrickson 7th, Mike Watts 8th, Kerry Cantor 9th, and Kevin Rupert rounds out the top 10.
Looking at the overall standings, Lewis Lockshine leads the pro class with Marshall Buck in 2nd and Shane Pipala in 3rd. In the expert class, Ed Adams is leading with Mike Watts in 2nd and Daniel Sheffer in 3rd. Finally, in the driver class, Chris Payne is leading with Ken Schultz and Kevin Banks rounding out the top 3.
Thanks for watching. For GoRacing Sim League, I'm Skippy McThrottle.
And I'm going to go show Trixie my short pit.
Your what?
Run, Trixie, run!